to generate a Fiori Elements application. For that, what you have to do to generate a Fiori Elements application, click on this breadcrumb, go to View option, go to Command Palette. Here, type Fiori App Generator. Okay, here this is the option. Okay, open Fiori Open Application Generator. Okay, once you click on this, it will show you some of the details. Let's wait to load. Here it shows what are all the templates that are available and which we want to choose. Okay, there is a basic. This basic is a freestyle application. Freestyle is nothing but a custom UFI application. Once you click on this freestyle, it will create a custom UFI application. Apart from that, we have a custom page, list report page, overview page, analytical page, and a form entry object. Okay, there are 5 templates are available, and the another, sorry, 6 templates, and the another one is a work list page. Okay, now I'm going with a basic list report page for now. Okay, then we will go with the another set of templates that is available in upcoming classes. Okay, here in the data source section, what we have to choose, since we are going to use our service within our project, so that we have to choose use local cap project. Okay, okay, once you choose that option, it will show what are all the projects that is available under your workspace. It will show all the options. Right now I'm having only one cap project, so that it has displayed, it has automatically fetched that project. Okay, or else you want to do it a manual selection, there is an option called a manually select cap project folder that you can choose and you can select manually. Fine, for we will go with this first cap project, so that the here in this project only we have created and exposed our service. And in the OData service, it will choose what are all the OData services that are we have exposed. Okay, in that my SRV demo is a generic event based OData service, is the customized OData service, so that we no need to go with that approach. I would take this customer service OData, okay, with a Node.js option, and I click on next. Here, which entity is a main entity? Of course, we for us the customers is a main entity. Others are the association and the composed entity. Okay, composition based entity are the associated entity. So that I have chosen the customer as a main entity. Okay, here next to that, is there any navigation entity? For now I am giving as none, and automate it asking for automatically add table columns to the list page. For now I am giving as no, I no need to add any columns to the table. We will be seeing how to add a column to the table with the help of the annotations. Okay, so that I have given the option as no, and the table type is, there are 3 tables. One is analytic table, grid table, and the responsive table. I have chosen the grid table, and I'm clicking on next. Here it's asking for a project attributes. What are the project attributes? Okay, first cap UI application title is this is our first Fiori Elements first Fiori Elements app. and here the namespace com dot cap dot ui dot app. Okay, ui dot app. This is the namespace which I have taken for my own. You can give as whatever you want, you can give there. And the description as it is fine. What is the minimum SAP UFI version? What is the latest version that is taken by default? So that is fine. Enable TypeScript, no. FLP configuration, no. And the configure advanced option, no. Okay, fine. Once I click on this finish, it will generate a folder inside the app folder. Okay, every folders will be generate inside the app folder. You could see that the first hyphen cap hyphen sorry first underscore cap underscore ui is the project name which I have created for the UFA for the Fiori Elements application. In that, under that we have a web app folder. Under the web app folder, there is annotation.cds file and the package.json file and the ufi.yaml file. And out of these folder, out of this first cap UI, you could see that service.cds, one service.cds folder. Okay. Once I open this services.cds folder, what it will say, okay, what are all the information will be available in this services.cds folder means it will have the information about what are all the services that are going to consume within the project. Okay, for now, using from the annotations. Okay, this is the annotations which will take. We are going to consume the annotation will be consumed within this Fiori UI. Those information. If you're going to add a multiple UI application into your project, then you need to add those fields in this. Okay, what are all the next project you are going to add here? Those entry has to be added in this service.cds file. And inside this first cap UI under the web app, we have a lot of folders like I18 test. Test is for a test script, which is a test script is a different concept. It is a very new concept. Even though in my real-time application, I'm writing the test script as well for each and every custom UFI application as well as the CAP applications. And in the component.js file, here it's have only the metadata information. The manifest in the under the metadata, it calls only the manifest.json, which we will be seeing in the custom UFI development. And we have a index.html file as well. You know that what is a bootstrapping concept and what is the first file will be called in this index.html. Everything will be available here in the index.html file. Those informations are there. And in the manifest, what is the version, the application details, the data source. Okay, and under the data source, the main service, it's point to the customer service, which is version of v4. Next to that, it has device types, dependencies, what is the minimum UEFI version, and it has exposed as a default model. The main service is exposed as a default model. Next to that, here we could see that two options. Okay, one is a routing and navigation. Here they have added a custom. By default, it has added a customer list application and the customer object page. Okay, one is a customer list screen and the customer object page screen. Okay, there are two screens that has been added automatically. Okay, this is a default action done by the framework itself, and the targets is also added for the same. Fine. These are all the available details in the manifest.json, and the annotations and all CDS file I will come later, because we are going to write every annotations in this annotation.cds file. And as you know, the package.json file, what are the dependencies that you are going to add to your UI project, those dependencies, developer dependencies and the application dependencies details will be available in this package.json file. Fine. Next to that, the UFI.yaml file. Of course, the UFI.yaml will be having the lot of informations like the tag zipper and what are all the middleware compression, or the Fiori tools, app loader, app reload, what are the parts, ports, and every informations, like you are going to connect any custom backends, or you are going to connect any on-prem databases, on-prem services, or on-prem systems. Those information will be adding in this UEFI.yaml file. Okay, and next to that, we will be going to this annotation.cds. Okay, here, if you see that annotation.cds, by default, it has written one line of code. Okay, what it has written means using customer service. We have chosen the customer service, using customer service as service from the service. Okay, it's pointing to this service folder. If you see, guys, it's that option. I'm not able to annotate. Okay, fine. Where it's pointing in this project, it's pointing to this SRV folder. Under the SRV folder, it's pointing to this service.cds file. Okay, under the service.cds file only, we have exposed our customer service, so that is pointing to that service.cds file. Okay, from the help of the service.cds file only, we are going to write the annotations. Before going to write the annotations, the lot of annotations we are going to write here to see the UFI application. Before to that, I'm going to see a UI first. Okay. Okay. See, right now we have not seen any web applications. We have seen only the service endpoints, what are all the metadatas for the two services, and the my SRV demo and the customers, and for those customer service, the customers entity, orders entity, products entities are available. Fine. If I do a CDS watch now, I think CDS watch is already running. Okay. Once I reload this, see, now there is a application is exposed. Okay. Once we create this Fiori element project, the application is exposed as the first underscore cap underscore UI UI slash web app. Fine. I'm going to launch this application now. First time it will take some time to load. Once it's get loaded, then it will be more easy. Okay, fine. Now we can see the default way, the default application, it doesn't have any filters, any columns added to the table. Nothing is there in the application. We have to go and expose everything in this application. Right now what I do, I just add a settings icon and I add some of the fields. Like this you can do it in a way. Okay, you could have seen in the your custom UFA application as well. While you using a smart table control, you will enable this personalization. You could see the settings icon. Once you click on this setting icon, you can add the columns, whatever the columns you need, that you can add it there. Okay, like that you can add it and click on OK. Once you click on OK, you will be having all the details. Okay, once I click on Go, you will be getting the details as well. Fine. Now, what we are going to do now means, right now we don't have any filters. We don't have any filters at the tops, right? We don't have any filters and we don't have any columns by default. Okay, once I load this application, everything will be gone. See, the every columns and everything will be gone. But whatever the application which we have seen before, those things will be displayed at the time of reload. So for that we need to add a filters first, then we need to add a column. Okay, how we can add a filters? What is the annotation? Okay, how where we need to add the annotations? Fine. Those annotations and everything should be added in the annotations.cds file. Okay, what I going to do now? Adding annotations for search field and table columns. Okay, fine. Okay, how you know about the annotations? What is how you need to start with the annotations? What is the keyword we need to add or the expose the customer service? We need to use the customer service and we need to write the annotations. Okay, for that, what we have to do, we like annotate is the keyword. Okay, annotate. Okay, annotate. Here they have given as a service. What I will do, custom. I have changed the alias name as cust service with okay. This is a default syntax cust service dot which entities we are going to expose customers entity, right? So that I am choosing the customers entity and I'm going to add more annotations into that. Okay. Okay. It should not be the parentheses. It should be the round braces. Okay, fine. Annotate service dot customers with okay. Now we are going to add a UI selection field annotation. Okay, once you click on control space, it will give some of the option. Okay, here if you type UI, it will give some of the these are the suggestions. Okay, UI dot UI selection field. If you scroll down and see for a selection field, yeah, we have this selection fields. Fine. This is the standard template. It will generate by automatically with the framework. Once you click on control space, you will get this suggestions. Okay, what are the selection fields I'm going to add here? First, I will start with the entity set. Okay, and pretty print. What are all the ID? This is one of the selection field. Okay, sorry. ID, first name, last name. Okay, ID, first name, email. These are the search criteria I'm adding here. Fine. And the country code also. Country code as of now it's null. We will add some of the data. Okay, fine. This is fine. I have added a five search field, five selection fields. you can filter with this 5 selection fields. Okay, now I go to the Fiori Elements application. Before we have not seen any filters that has been added. Now you can see there are 5 filters that has been added. We can filter the application's data based out of these filters. Okay, fine. Once you click on the value help, it will show a multiple options to filter out. Okay, it includes or excludes. If you want to add another filter criteria, you can add it by your own. Okay, these are all the options that I have given by default in the framework of the Fiori Elements template. For the first name also, it has many options to filter out, like contains between, start with, ends with, less than or equal, greater than, does not contain, not equal, not between, those things. Okay, these are all the filters. Fine, we will filter out with the one data for now. We will filter out with the ID for now. Okay, now I am going to take this ID, which is a Kyle. Okay, the first name is Kyle and the last name is, the address is US East Texas. Fine, I'm going to do a filtration for now. Okay, I can directly enter here as well, or you can go to click on this value help. Inside the value help also you can give this. Fine. Here I need to choose some of the columns. One is address, country, created by not email, first name, last name, phone number, ID. Okay, these are all the columns I have selected. Once I click on this go, you will get a data. For this filtration, did we add any code, any custom codes or any JS codes we have added so far? We have added nothing, right? We have added nothing. Just we have added a filter with the UI selection fields annotation. With the help of the annotation itself, once you click on the go button, automatically the data has been filtered out. This is the power of the Fiori Elements application, guys. We no need to add a custom UI logics and all, because in our custom UFA application we will have to write a n number of filter logics. Need to add a value 1 and value 2. What are all the operations? What are the contains? It's a equals or contains the filters and the filter operators. Everything we need to write, and we need to filter out the data with the table. But here we don't need to write any logic. With the power of the annotations, the data has been filtered out by default. Okay, we will add some of the columns to this. Okay, to add a column, there is another one annotation, which is a line item annotation. Okay, which is a UI dot line item annotation. In this UI dot line item annotation, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add a column. How it do I know with which type or with which value I need to add a column? For that, what you have to do, and you have to get a suggestion. Control space, you can see a lot of options, lot of suggestions. Here in this you need to choose a data field. Okay, UI dot data field is the annotation. Under the UI dot line item annotation, you need to add a column with UI dot data field. Okay, what are all the columns that we are going to expose in this table? Means we are going to expose ID, first name, last name, address, email, phone number, country code. Okay, these are all the columns we are going to expose. So how many are there? 3, 6 and 7. Okay, 7. So I'm just copy pasting. Fine. 3, 6, 7. Fine. Now I'm going to take the name. Okay, column name. I'm going to add a column name. One is ID and the another one is first name and the next is last name. Address, email, phone, and the country code. Fine. I have added the column for now. Fine. Okay. This annotations is done. Once I reload, the CDS watch is watching us so that we no need to reload. We no need to do a reload and all. It will automatically do a reload. See, before we have not seen any column in this application. Now we have seen what are all the annotations of the columns within the line item and the data field we have added. Those things has been exposed here as a default column. Okay. See what are all the columns are available, what are all the annotations we have added, everything has been added here. Fine. If you see guys, see here, ID is fine. The first name is this field is not good, right? First name F is in a smaller case and the name is in a camel case. Okay. So for that, what you have to do, you can add a one more annotation here as label. Okay, with the help of the label, you can change the I18N. Sorry, I18N. Okay, I think for ID it's fine. For first name, okay, first name, last name, address, email, phone number, and the country code. Here, change to LAS, last name, address, email, phone, country. Okay. Now we are going to add those values in a I18.properties. Okay, what are all the? Okay, we need to add comma. For first name, for last name, guys, give me a minute, guys. I'm getting a call. Just a minute. Yeah, sorry guys, we can continue now. Yeah, I'm adding the values in I-18 file for nationalization and the internationalization. Email, phone number, better to give a phone number and the country code. Country code. Okay, fine. Now, what we do, now we reload the application again. We will see what are the changes it has been adapted. Okay, it doesn't take the change. Delete should. Okay. Okay. Okay, interstate changes. This is the annotation. Fine. I will check and let you know, guys, why it doesn't take the changes. I will check and let you know in the offline. Sorry, I will check in the offline and let you know on the tomorrow's class. Okay. Ideally, it should take the changes what we have given in the I-18 file, the label and everything. I will check on this. Fine. As of now, we can see what are all the columns that has been available. Okay. Now you just click on go. It will fetch the data. Okay. Where that will fetch the data. What are all the data that has been available in the database in our SQLite database? Those data will be fetched directly here. Okay. Here you can see the columns that we have added within this, and you can see there is a navigation. Okay, there is a navigation to the object page. This is a navigation, and the default delete option is also available. Okay, once you click on this, the delete option will be enabled. If you want to delete the data, you can delete that. Fine. And if you want to copy the data, then you can copy the row has been copied, and everything you can do here. Fine. And next to that, as shown you earlier, personalization is also possible here. What are all the columns that you need to add by your own? You can add the columns here, and there is a option to download, export the table as well. Once I click on this download, the table will be exposed in a Excel format. What are the data that has been available in the table? Those things will be exposed here. Fine.